Greetings! In today's video, I'll be showcasing a drawing tablet. Ugee sent me this tablet to try out and I want to share my impressions with you. I received the tablet in this small box, which contained the tablet, the pen, extra nibs for the pen, a nib removal tool, a cleaning cloth, manuals, a glove, and 2 cables. I'm quite impressed already, as this tablet comes with so many extra items that are super helpful and useful. I'll be showing footage of a drawing I made with the tablet while I talk about it some more. Now, I've used drawing tablets before. I have an older model Cintiq. I've also used drawing tablets before any of them had screens, going back about 20 years ago. So the first thing that I noticed about the new tablet is how smaller everything is, and that's a good thing. My previous tablet takes so much disk space, plus it has so many cables and an extra box to manage all those cables. The Ugee tablet is smaller in size, while having a very similar screen size as the older one. The margin around the screen is very, very thin. Also, it has only 1 cable. Just one. Even the pen is smaller. Also, the newer tablet has a much higher resolution since it's more recent tech than my older tablet, which at this point is about 10 years old maybe. Tech has improved a lot in 10 years. The pen works without batteries and this is what I'm used to, so I'm very glad for it. The tablet is really easy to use. To set it up, I followed the instructions. I installed the driver for the tablet and set it up in the driver software, and that was it. I've used the tablet for various sketches and drawing, using different software, and I encountered no issues with any of them. For reference, while making the drawing you're seeing right now, I used Paint Tool Sai, Clip Studio Paint, and Adobe Photoshop. Through all of this software, the pen and tablet responded exactly like I wanted. It has a good sensitivity and I never ran into any problem with pen pressure. My previous tablet would sometimes lose pressure sensitivity for no clear reason, or it would not be working like it should. It was always a hassle to try and fix it, but this new tablet worked perfectly, smoothly, and without any hiccups. I've also had a tablet in the past where the surface of the tablet would wear down the pen nib ridiculously quickly. This was not an issue with the new Ugee tablet. I've been using it quite a lot and the nib still looks brand new. The pen is really light, but it doesn't feel flimsy. If I compare this pen to the one I used before, they both have one long button about where your hand will grasp the pen. This button has 2 functions, one on each end of the button. The pen also has the nib, the drawing nib, and kind of an eraser nib on the other side of the pen. The double function button is really quite handy, but the location of it means that I sometimes press it without meaning to. The tablet itself is straightforward. It has an on-off button and that's about it. This is kind of different for me in the sense that I come from a tablet that has customizable buttons on it. It has become second nature for me to use these buttons, so I'm having to readjust with this new tablet that doesn't have buttons. To make it easy to use for me, I have to make sure the tools I use are available on the tablet screen by customizing my layout in the software, or to have those tools that I use a lot mapped to keyboard shortcuts. It's a slightly different setup, of course, but it's not enough of a change to be annoying for me. Even with the previous tablet, I would have my keyboard on the side to have access to all the shortcuts. So having more shortcuts is not exactly a difficult change to adapt to. Like I said, everything went super well with this tablet and I enjoy using it a lot. I will take you through my various observations made while installing and drawing with this tablet. The first observation I made was when I wanted to download the tablet's driver to install on my computer. I couldn't get the download to work properly when using Chrome as a browser, so I switched to Firefox and that worked perfectly. The driver itself was super easy to install and set up. The next thing I had to figure out was how to plug the tablet in my computer. I have a fairly old desktop computer with a somewhat outdated layout in terms of ports. I'm also more familiar with the complex setup of my older tablet with its outdated ports and cables that are on the same level as my computer's. This new tablet is so much simpler to use. It took me a couple of minutes to fully figure it out. I kept thinking, that's it? There's no more cables? There's not something extra to plug? Nope, it's really simple. What I needed available on my computer for the new tablet to work was a USB-A port and a HDMI port. I had a free USB port, so that was good. I didn't have a free HDMI port. as my computer screen was plugged into the only HDMI port this computer has. So I had to go rummage through the other cables that came with the screen for options. Thankfully, I had a cable and a free port that would allow me to switch the cable for the screen and free my single HDMI port for the tablet. According to the manual, there's two main ways to connect the Ugee tablet to the computer. One is using a USB-C to USB-C cable. The other is using a proprietary cable that comes with the tablet. That specific cable has 3 ends on one side and a single end on the other side. The single end goes into the tablet in the specific port that has the appropriate cable logo next to it. There is 2 ports on the top of the tablet. One is for the proprietary cable and the other is for the USB-C cable. On the 3-ended side of that proprietary cable, one plug is the HDMI one is a regular USB-A plug that goes into a USB port on the computer, and then there's a secondary USB cable with a red end to plug into a cable and then into an adapter and then into a power outlet. This is in case that the first USB plug that goes straight in the computer doesn't provide enough power for the tablet. Now, I didn't have any issue with just a single USB plug in my computer. That seems to be enough to power the tablet. Now, the tablet comes with the secondary cable you need for the red USB plug, but it doesn't come with the adapter for the power outlet. Hopefully, newer computers will either have more than one HDMI port or a USB-C port that you can use for the alternative way of plugging this tablet. Now, I can't test that one out since I don't have a computer with that specific port. Also, the tablet doesn't come with that USB-C to USB-C cable for that setup, but it's not a difficult cable to find. It's not a proprietary cable, so it's readily available from various sellers. One other little thing to note is that the tablet doesn't come with a surface protector, like the ones you can get for iPads. The screen surface is relatively easy to scratch, so make sure to use the cleaning cloth and the glove that came with the tablet as often as possible to remove dust and particles from the tablet surface. Especially if you don't use it regularly, just make sure it's clean before you use it so you don't end up scratching the surface with the dust that is on the tablet. My final observation is that the tablet and the pen don't come with stands. What I mean by that is that some tablets come with a stand that you can clip free of the tablet to set it at an angle. My previous tablet was like that. Also, some tablet pens come with a little stand to set the pen in, and this one doesn't. These are not deal breakers at all, they're just little observations. I found that I prefer working with my tablet flat on the desk, but you can find plenty of stands that will do the trick, or maybe make one yourself if need be. Before I switched to a flat tablet, I tried using this little inexpensive IKEA stand. It worked well. As for the pen, I tried to keep it horizontal so as to not have pressure on any of the ends when it's not in use. That rounds up my impressions and observations about this tablet. In summary, an excellent tablet that is affordable, easy to set up and use. I didn't talk about prices yet, but this new Ugee tablet is about 1/6 of the price of my older Cintiq I have. This is simply amazing. I'm really enjoying that the tech is becoming more accessible. Young artists today have so many options. It's great. I want to say a big thank you to Ugee for sending me this awesome tablet. I'll have links in the description if you want to check it out. And thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this tablet. Have a great day. Bye bye.